What's going on, everyone? Daniel here, and welcome to my quick review for Despicable Me 3. No spoilers in here whatsoever, man. Just going to give you my first impressions, things that I liked about the film, and some things that I didn't like about the film. Despicable Me 3 stars Steve Carell, Nick Kroll, and a few other talented actors and actresses. Now, let me tell you real quick, I enjoyed Despicable Me 1 and Despicable Me 2. I thought Minions was okay. I thought it was fine. I didn't see it in theaters that one. I actually ended up just watching it. I was lucky enough just to find it online, and I saw it there. Yeah, usually I like seeing them in theaters, but I was like, it's right here. I'll end up watching that one. So, Despicable Me 3, I didn't really keep up with the trailers. All I know is the villain was supposed to be some 80s guy look, and he's like, I've been a bad boy, and he's dancing to Michael Jackson's Bad and everything. And my favorite animation film so far this year is The Boss Baby, which I thought it was going to be total shite, but it ended up being really good. So, long story short, Despicable Me 3, it's one of those where I think The Boss Baby still is my favorite animation film of the year, but Despicable Me 3 is like right there under it. It's such a fun film, very entertaining. It's actually great for the whole entire family. Steve Carell, all I'll say is he has a brother, and I think this is in the trailers. He has a brother named Drew. It's Guru and Drew, and he's basically his twin brother, and he plays himself, and I love it so much. This is my favorite factor of the film. The way that Steve Carell actually plays Drew, and he's like, oh, I love you, brother. No, it's a horrible impression of Gru and Drew, but Drew has a more voice like this. Like, I don't even know how to say it. He's just more happy. Oh, yes. And then Gru is like, not cool, man. Like, it's still horrible, but you know what I mean? Like, he has that little kind of Russian voice, and then the other one's more, oh, yeah. I don't know. It's so funny about that. Nick Kroll as the villain, which I don't even remember the villain's name, but Nick Kroll is just amazing. He was the villain in Sausage Party, which he was amazing in that. Bro. And then in this one, he's just even more cool, man. I really do love the I've been a bad boy. Now, sadly, I was kind of sad with the villain in a sort of sense. It had the cliche predictability, the boring, oh, my minions come after you, blah, 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 and all this sort of. So it had that factor there that I wasn't a huge fan of. But I think the most strongest part for me about Despicable Me 3 was, again, the brother bond between Gru and Drew, or his brother. That was the most strongest thing that I really loved about this film. The villain, again, was second part out of it. I mean, I thought Nick Kroll did an awesome job as voiceover and making this character come to life, but really the whole story behind the guy being evil and such, it's an easy concept to follow, easy story to follow, beat-to-beat kind of animation film, doing impossible things and all this blah, blah, blah. That would, it's an animation film, right? So, again, I think it's under The Boss Baby, really, how it is such a good animation film. I don't think it's a great animation film. It has its moments. Kristen Wiig, with certain things that she does as her character, is really cool. I can't really remember much of Despicable Me 2 and 1. There's only certain aspects I remember of the two. And definitely with this, I do love how the Minions, they're not totally in the film. Like, they're in there and they're in certain parts. There's breaks in between. And I love how the Minions, I love how the Minions have, like, their own side quests to do. Like, we're following the Minions and we're following Gru and all his other stuff that he's doing. So it's kind of like two movies in one in a way, but it works so well. And after this film, I definitely have to say that I really hope the Despicable Me franchise ends up continuing, because I'm really enjoying this franchise. I really want to see them do more. Honestly, it's a really good trilogy that they have here, and I'd love for them to do a fourth one or a fifth one as well, and keep doing and cranking these out, because usually in animation films, by the time they're on the third one, for the most part, usually they're either really bad or they're straight to DVD. And so far, this franchise is still alive and well, And let's keep it that way. Let's keep on, having the good writing, the fun, and all family, the whole family could enjoy this, and they can relate to that. Oh, yeah, Michael Jackson. I used to dance this when I was young. Oh, yeah. Stuff like that. Some cool things, and little callbacks and references to pop culture. That is always fun to see there. And that us, the older ones get it. The kids don't get it, but the older ones, there's adult jokes in there, we get it, and then the kids won't get it. So it's still nice for adult jokes and then kid jokes, which all animation films do nowadays. So bottom line, if you haven't seen it, man, make sure to take your kids out to see it, because it is a real fun film. And I think it's like the only real big animation film out of the summer, honestly. You would think there'd be more animation films. I can't think of any right now. So yeah, it's a really cool film, guys. I don't think it's the greatest animation film out of the year, but it's in second place, because The Boss Baby is still my favorite animation film of the year, which I know I just like The Boss Baby too much. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack the like button, comment down below, tell me your thoughts, share with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more. Until next time, bye-bye.